Okay. Welcome to the Talk About program, the book review. The program initiated by Professor K. Hemchandra Reddy for 2.5 years back with the view of the young generation to have some information of the English as well as Telugu literature. So, this program, which is being aired in the YouTube channel, Talk About APSH channel, we have all the past episodes of 129 simultaneously being used as a Telugu as well as English subjects. So this program is now being reviewed by Dr. M. Sudhan Garu. The review book is The Magic of Thinking Big. Because in this Dr. Book program, most of the time, children have taken an initiative in having some information as well as a motivational component for the students of the present generation. So, regarding the introduction of the reviewer of this today's program, Dr. Sudhan Garu, who has started his career as a junior college lecturer in English in 1999 and moved to the height of PG program coordinator of placement training and academic sports of PCA and other programs of KNT to the University Jayawada. Very good too. So he has published about a book called Problems and Perspectives of Novel, IBIT Reading Comprehension, National Press Associate, and he has got about one doctoral PhD student and another 6 students are in the pipeline for the PhD program. He has published about 16 papers in national and international conferences, and the proceedings are also issued to him. He was a research person for the most of the FDPs as well as in the MOOC programs on the English language component. He was a reviews for SAG Open and UGC books as well. He was a member of about 5 societies: English Language Teaching Association of India, Research India Foundation, and ICSS Social Scientist, and Asian Association for Language Research and Association for Computational Linguistics. He has got special credits in IELTS and TOEFL trainer, soft skill trainer, content developer, and course designer. His interest were walking, traveling, and course collection. So, with the information of the reviewer, I request the interviewer, Dr. M. Sudhan Garu, to review the Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. I leave it to you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for the introduction, and good afternoon, everyone. My heartfelt thanks to the chairman, Professor Hemchandra Reddy Garu, the APSI chairman, at the same time the director, Bhaskar sir, for giving this opportunity to be part of this program. And let me get into the program. So, this is the talk that is planned on. So, on this 130th episode, the book that is going to be reviewed today is The Magic of Thinking Big. So, this is a book by David Schwartz, right? Initially, before we go ahead with the book, let us have a short discussion on the author. David Schwartz was born in 1927 and he passed away in 1987. And this book was written somewhere around in 1950s and 60s. Now, the first question that we need to know about here is, what is the relevance of this book? Dear viewers, the relevance is no more or less than what are the books that is available online today, or even the physical copies available in the bookshops of the library. Most of the psychological aspects of the motivational speeches or motivational books that we have today they have their base in 1960s, 50s. So even this has the base. And the book was reprinted in 2008 again. And David Schwartz, he was a professor at Georgia State University, Atlanta, and he used to taught marketing to the students. And he was a leading American authority on motivational writing too. He became well known through his motivational publications and self-help books too. And the good thing is, an interesting point here is, he was the president of his own company. He started a company called Creative Educational Services, a consulting firm specializing in leadership development. And even till date, Georgia State University awards a scholarship in his honor. So this is a very brief about David J. Schwartz. To begin with, the discussion on the book written by him, Magic of Thinking Big. Now, let us see why we need to focus on this book. What is the purpose of reviewing this one? And more or less, we can say what are the outcomes of this book. So this is a powerful, practical, and uplifting book to help all the generations out of their regular mediocre life and the materialistic way of living life, and they're focusing on getting motivated or influenced by any one of the books. I can say this is one of the best books for you. Then it can stimulate your goals and empower your today's success too. And most of the time, we go ahead with small ambitions, small goals, small thoughts. And David Schwartz recommends us not to go ahead with small ambitions or small goals at all. What he says is, by thinking big, we can start achieving larger goals. So this is the main purpose of the book in a nutshell. So we are recommended not to have our ambitions or goals in small, whereas we're asked to think big, aim high. So this book is divided into 14 chapters, and I'm going to review this chapter by chapter. The first chapter is, just give me a minute. Yeah. The first chapter is believe you can succeed and you will. So, do you believe you will have positive relationships, patterns, and friendships? So, do we have that belief? Often, most of us have a disbelief that I don't have positive relationships who can motivate me or who can influence me, or else I don't have good partners or I don't have good friendships. No. Are we in the right side or on the wrong side? So this is the question now. Now, if you don't believe you'll have positive relationships or patterns or friendships, then you're wrong. The way how we say it, you're letting your belief system limit your potential success. If you want to succeed in life, if you want to achieve certain goals in your life, the first thing to be done is you need to believe yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe the friendships that you have in, or if you don't believe the relationship that you are within, then how do you think that you get good something out of your relationships or partners or from your friends? So you need to challenge these beliefs, the beliefs of negativity, that I don't have good relationships. Challenge this one and acquire the power of belief. You should follow the 3 tips suggested by Schwartz. First one is think success, don't think failure. Now, most of us will get a doubt here. The doubt is, do I think failure? Now, instead of saying, do I think failure, let me put this question another way. Am I afraid of failure? If I'm afraid of failure, then I keep on thinking that the moment I begin a task or the moment I continue doing a task, I have an apprehension, a fear in my mind that I may fail. So this is what is, you're thinking failure. So instead of thinking failure, Schwartz recommends us to think success. By and by, when we proceed further into the other chapters of this book, you'll come to know how to think success instead of thinking failure. The second tip suggested by Schwartz, remind yourself regularly that you are better than what you think. We have an idea what we are, but Schwartz recommends us to think better than what we are. That means tomorrow we will be better than what we are today. For that reason, the third tip that he suggests is believe big. So first one is think success, don't think failure. Second one is remind yourself regularly that you will be better than what you think you are. And the third one, believe big. Right? So the second chapter, cure yourself of exquisites, the failure disease. Now, exquisites is nothing but excuse. So we have a lot of excuses whenever we need to do a task. Most of us, in most of the chances, or at least in few chances, we have a feeling or we go for excuses, whether I can do it or not, or I'll postpone it, I'll do it tomorrow. I need these resources to do this task. So this is how we keep on excusing when we need to do a task. Schwartz called this as the failure disease. So whoever goes with exquisites, they are all they possess failure disease. Let's see what is this failure disease. Highly effective people make fewer excuses. That means highly effective people, they always accept challenges, they are ready to face challenges, and they are dynamic because they are continually searching for ways to achieve their goals. There is a good saying, an optimistic finds opportunity in every difficulty, and a pessimist finds difficulty in every opportunity. Now, effective people, they are always challenging. They find out ways and means to achieve their goals. That means effective people are optimistic. So we need to be optimistic when we deal with our goals or when we deal with what we want to achieve in our life. So Schwartz describes exquisites as the failure disease. What are these failure diseases? He mentioned certain failure diseases like health exquisites, intelligence exquisites, then age exquisites, luck exquisites. So exquisites is nothing but, as I mentioned, excuses. So when we excuses is once again nothing but we are getting compromised with what we need to do. It's like when it comes to health, we get compromised. Even when it talks about when it talks about our intelligence also, we can raise our levels also, but still we get compromised. Certain times we get compromised with our age too, because I don't have age, let me not do it, these things. And in pessimistic people, they always think that they don't have luck at all. So these are the types of exquisites that Schwartz is talking about. We'll go each one by one. So let's talk about health exquisites first, because unless you are healthy, if you don't have a healthy mind and healthy body, you cannot do anything. So this is one of the main reasons why Schwartz began his discussion with health exquisites. So he recommends us not to give excuses when it comes to guarding our health. The more you talk about an ailment, even the common cold, the worse it seems to get. There are certain people who becomes so weak or who becomes afraid of even for a common cold. The moment you have fear or apprehension or unhappiness towards the cold that you have, what happens is it keeps on developing. That's the reason why Schwartz recommends us not to look at these kind of things, ailments, as so big, so huge. Talking about bad health is like putting fertilizer on weeds. Hope you understand. So when there are weeds and if you are providing fertilizer to it, that's how. So when you're talking more about bad health, when people come to you and ask you, probably you want sympathy from the people and you keep on saying that I'm not good at health at all. So the more number of people you meet, the more number of times you say to them that I have bad health, what happens is you are developing in your mind that you are sick, and it keeps on continuing. On top of that, we don't get respect and loyalty by being a chronic complainer. Whenever you see someone and whenever you talk to someone and you keep on saying that I'm sick, so people don't get respect, people don't give respect to you at all, because you keep on complaining that either today you have this sickness and tomorrow you have that sickness. Instead, be genuinely grateful that your health is as good as it is. Life is yours to enjoy, don't waste it. Now, there are people who have chronic diseases and they are surviving. And there are people who have minor diseases, issues, light health issues, and they are surviving, but they are complaining. Now, why do you need to complain? It's your life. Because of complaining that you have health issues or you have sickness, are you going to get something advantage out of it? Certainly not. So instead of complaining it, what Schwartz recommends here is enjoy your life, don't waste it. The second exercise that he talks about is intelligence. So what he points out is never underestimate or overestimate your intelligence, because people have the tendency of when people have low self-awareness, there is a high chance that either they underestimate their intelligence or overestimate their intelligence. So any one of these is going to be problematic. Concentrate on your assets. Know what are your strengths. Discover your skills, your talents, what can be done by you. Where are you good at? Know about them. And then remember, it's not how big your brain is that matters. You don't need a big brain. It's like we are not, let's take an example of rhinoceros. It has a huge body, or elephant has a huge body. Doesn't mean that they can perform all the tasks. So psychologically, it's not what you need a big brain. Instead, it's how you use your brain that counts. So big brain is not the thing that you wanted. How well you are able to use your brain, that matters a lot. Remind yourself several times daily, my attitudes are more important than my intelligence. I'm getting back to health exercises again. Instead of letting people know several times every time, I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick. Let people know that it's okay, I'm fine. I'll get settled, I'll be healthy sooner. I'm not fine today, but I'll be fine tomorrow. So you are repeatedly telling to your brain, or you are psychologically letting yourself know that you will be good on a day, someday in future. So the same can be applicable to intelligence also. My attitudes are more important than my intelligence. Let's say I have less intelligence, no issues at all, but let me focus on my attitude. If I'm great at my attitude and I have less intelligence, there is no issue at all. I can cope with in my life. So put your intelligence to positive use by finding ways to win. Now, how to put our intelligence in positive use? This could be possible only when we concentrate on our assets, that means our strengths and our skills. Unless we have the ability to know our strengths and our skills, we cannot focus on developing our intelligence, or we cannot be positive at all. So put your intelligence to positive by finding ways to win. Okay. Then next one that he points out is exercises. Look at your present age positively, right? Think I'm still young, not I'm already old. There is a difference. When I say I'm still young, I am young at my heart. And when I say I'm already old, who is old here? I'm old at my heart. I'm old at my mind. Now, what on earth can I do then? I'm already perceiving. I'm already believing. Viewers, friends, underline the word believe here again. I'm believing that I'm old. The moment I start believing that I'm old, I cannot do anything physically or psychologically. Because every time, whenever I try to do a task, I already have a belief that I'm old. So that cannot let me do any type of job, either it is a physical task or a psychological task. Instead, always feel that I'm still young at heart or at mind. Practice looking forward to new horizons. Always try to do something new. If not daily, at least weekly or at least monthly. I let you know 3 options, friends. Try to do something new every day, not possible, at least weekly, not possible, at least monthly. So explore new horizons, gain enthusiasm and a sense of youth. If you keep on gaining enthusiasm regularly, at regular intervals, if you keep on gaining enthusiasm, there is not going to be even a single day in your life where you feel that you are old. You'll be young at your heart, no doubt at all. So let us have a simple example here. Calculate how much productive time you have left. That means productive time is an example is given over here. Let's talk about a 30-year-old person, right? 80% of their productive life ahead of them. A 30-year-old person, he or she has 80% of constructive and productive life ahead. Whereas, let's talk about a 50-year-old person. Still to him, there is a 40% of opportunity. So instead of looking out or thinking about I'm 50 years old or I have become old, what I can focus on here is I still have 40% of opportunity where I can be enthusiastic, I can live on, right? So let me focus on what is left instead of what got completed. So this does not mean you should waste your time. Never do it. Instead, invest your future time into doing what you really want to do. See, the past is past. Supposing you keep on repenting on what happened earlier, you don't get it back. So what can be done now is, instead of repenting on, focus on your future, start investing time for your future, and whatever that you want to do it, start doing it really. Then, luck excuses, right? Luck excuses. Luck excuses are definitely given by, most of the time, these luck excuses are given by pessimistic people. Accept the law of cause and effect. When there is a cause, there is an effect. It's like, I just give a common example. There is a tendency among students saying that I worked hard, but I failed. Now, my simple question here is, if you work hard, how can you fail? See, failure is at 35%. And if you really worked hard, you need to get 90%. Now, if you worked hard, if you put your efforts at 90%, what is the chance that you're getting 35%? So there is a huge gap. Working hard at your full potential is 90%. Then failing in the examination is 35%. So there is a huge gap here. And the cause and effect that most of the students try to show is, I worked hard, I failed. No, this is absolutely wrong. It's like your hard work and the potential that you put in to prepare for examinations was 40% or 50%, and you got 30%. Because plus or minus 10 or 20% is always possible and everywhere possible. So the efforts that you put in was 40 to 50%. That is the cause, and effect is 30% of the result. Whereas when you put an effort until 90%, there is a high chance that you don't get not less than 70% at all. So depends on the cause, there will be an effect. This is cause and reason. Take a second look and what appears to be someone's good luck. Always there is a second choice, friends, and we need to take it. Sometimes instead of taking it, why do you call it is somebody's good luck? When you put your efforts, one or other day, the good luck comes to you. Because 90% of what people say around the globe is 90% of hard work and 10% of luck. And can we reverse it? Shall we make it 90% of luck and 10% of hard work? You never meet success at all, or you never have good luck at all when you reverse it. That means 10% of hard work and 90% of luck. That's highly impossible. So, going ahead, what Schwartz again says here is, you will notice that their success actually stems from preparation, planning, and successful thinking. Successful people, highly effective people, they succeed in their life because they prepare, they plan, and they think positively. That brings them success. Similarly, you'll notice that those with good luck learn and profit from setbacks. Those who have good luck, they learn and they always profit from their setbacks. Whenever they fail, what they do is they learn something from their failure. They introspect, right? They conduct postmortem on what happened, why it happened, how it happened. And then they reorganize how to work, how to do the task again. And from them, they learn something from it and they proceed further. That's how successful people or highly effective people proceed in their life. And those with bad luck fail to learn from their setbacks. The difference between people possessing good luck and people possessing bad luck. Those who possess bad luck are those who are pessimistic in their life. They never learn something from their failures. Like I mentioned, a pessimist finds difficulty in every opportunity. And then how can a pessimist get good luck in his or her life? Whereas an optimist, he finds opportunity in every difficulty. So there is high chance that he meets good luck in his or her life. So moving ahead, the third chapter, build confidence and destroy fear. So there are 2 points here: how to build confidence and how to destroy our fear. These are the 2 points that needs to be focused upon. So destroy fearful thoughts associated with actions that can move you towards your goals. So how can we destroy fearful thoughts? The more you think, the happier you keep on thinking it. The more you think, you keep on developing your negative thoughts, the fearful negative thoughts. Instead, stop them somewhere. Take the first step. Let me proceed. Let me put myself in, let me jump into action. Instead of thinking for hours and hours or days together, let me jump into action. Then you took a step. That's how you can avoid your fearful thoughts. If you want your fear to go away, simply take action and do something. Do something. Begin it. Take a simple step. Action cures fear. Take a step, and even there is a high chance that first step is always tough. But take it. Accept the challenge. Why? If you don't believe yourself, if you don't accept the challenges, who is going to believe in yourself and who is going to accept challenges for you? Because it's your life. You need to take the challenges. Nobody is going to accept challenges for you. Isolate your fear. Don't isolate yourself. There is one of the blunders that the generation is doing now. Instead of isolating yourself, isolate your fear and then take constructive action. The moment you put yourself into action, your fear will get isolated. It becomes alone. Instead of you staying alone, make your fear aside. Only put positive thoughts in your memory bank. Friends, everyone possesses negative thoughts. Everyone possesses good and bad days, right? What is the purpose of thinking and putting our bad days in our mind, our bad memories in our mind? Does it give any inspiration to you? Do they motivate you? Your bad memories in your life, they never motivate you. They never influence you positively. So leave them. Push them out of your mind. Refuse to recall unpleasant events or refuse to recall unpleasant events or situations. Never try to recollect all the unpleasant events or situations in your life. Throw them aside. Whenever those unpleasant events are trying to occupy your mind, put yourself into action. Try to do something. Either it could be a hobby, or it could be your academics, or it could be any physical activity, or it could be any task that you need to do on that day. So engage your time. Like there is, let me tell you one more quote here. An ideal man's brain is a devil's workshop. So don't be ideal at all. Keep on doing one thing or the other so that psychologically you don't find time at all to think about unpleasant events. And when you keep on doing the things, one fine day you'll recognize that you did a lot of good things over the days. Utilize these two approaches, the two approaches that are given by Schwartz, so that they can build confidence. One thing, always fill your memory with positive thoughts. Second thing, refuse to recollect unpleasant events by jumping yourself into action. The next chapter is how to think big. To become a big thinker, we must develop a big thinker's vocabulary. Now, is there a big thinker's vocabulary? And is there a small thinker's vocabulary? Certainly. Let's see how big thinkers use their vocabulary. They use words like promise, victory, hope, happiness, pleasure. I repeat, the words used by big thinkers are, they talk about pleasure, they talk about happiness, they talk about hope, victory, promise. So, friends, I hope you understand these are the positive words, these are the optimistic words. These are how big thinkers use their vocabulary. Now, let's talk about the vocabulary used by people who have the unpleasant memories in their mind, or who are pessimistic, or who think small. what they say is they talk about failure, they talk about defeat, they talk about grief, right? And they keep on saying that we have failed. There's no point trying at all. Now, instead of saying we have failed and there is no point trying at all, why can't we say, I need improvement? Despite I fail, supposing I say I need improvement, I need more time to focus on, I need to focus better, right? Or else I can say, this is the time I need to focus again. Now, the same points, failure and success, right? So pessimistic people, the negative minded people, they use we have failed. The positive minded people, they say that I need to focus better, right? I'll give it, I'll give a try again. Instead, replace these phrases with more positive law. Like, what are the positive words? Let's keep trying, find a new angle so we can succeed. So let's find, plan A fail. Okay, next time when I think when I need to succeed, then what I need to think is I need what I need to think like, let me have plan A, let me have plan B. Okay. Continuing further, practice adding value to people, objects, and yourself. So give value to people you meet, give value to the objects that you have, and friends, give value to yourself too. Why? The reason is you'll always get back what you put on, what you put out. What you give to the universe, you get it back. What you give to people, you get it back. If you want respect from people, then you need to give respect to them, right? If you want something from people, you should have given something to them earlier. If not, can you get anything from them? Certainly not. If you don't get back what you expected, it's probably because you are not adding enough value. You are thinking, and you haven't given anything to anybody, and you keep on thinking that I need to get this. How is it possible? Add enough value. Then the moment you start enough value to people or enough value to the objects, then what happens is you keep on getting it back. Stop wasting your time worrying or thinking about trivial matters. There are silly matters where we need not focus at all. Don't waste your time and don't get anxiety or anxious on simple and silly things. Focus your attention on big objectives. What I have to achieve. Where do I see myself after a few years? So these are the points in your life that you need to focus upon. See, your life is not a simple point like what should I eat tomorrow? Right? That gives us pleasure. I don't mean to say that. But every day, if we keep on thinking that what I need to eat, whether I need to eat burger or pizza next Sunday. Okay, once in a while for pleasure, that's okay. But every time if we keep on thinking the same point again and again, we are thinking about small objectives. We are thinking small. No, that is not going to take anywhere in our life. We keep on revolving around there itself. So we need to think big by stopping ourselves in the matters of silly things and stop worrying. Next chapter that Schwartz focused upon is how to think and dream creatively. Let's see what it is. When you believe something can be done, your mind will find ways to do it. So the belief, this is an important and interesting factor. The belief system. As I mentioned earlier, let me focus on the same point again. Unless we believe in ourselves, will people believe us? If I don't believe in me, who is going to believe me then? If I don't believe in me, automatically, I don't have confidence. And when I don't have confidence, how can people recognize that I'm confident? If I don't have belief in me, then I'm poor at my communication. Then how do you recognize? How do people accept that I'm good at communication? So I need to believe that I'm good at communication. I need to believe that I'm confident, and I need to believe in every task that I'm going to do that I will meet success. Okay. If I don't meet success, then at least I'll reach nearer to it. How? Because I'm planned, I'm prepared. These are the two essential points to get succeed. When you're planned and when you're prepared, as mentioned by Schwartz also, when you're planned and when you're prepared, there are high chances that you may go nearer to your goal. And despite there is a chance that you may fail there, no issues at all, because you are already planned. You learn something over there and it's not a big thing, because after reaching 70, after putting your 75% of your efforts, when you miss something over there, yeah, there is only just 25% left to you. There will be someone who is going to support you there, no doubt at all. There is no limit to self-improvement. The more you keep on improving, the more you need to, because change is permanent. You need to keep on improving yourself. We should not get stuck. When I'm not ready to get improved, right? People who are ready to get improve themselves, they'll move further in their life. And I'll stop here itself. So start asking yourself, how can I do better? Always, I need to have this question in my mind. How can I do better? Asking yourself this question puts your mind to work, right? When I put a question to myself, how can I do better? Then my mind start thinking, okay, this is plan A. This is how we can do better. Or else this is plan B. This is how we can do better. Plan C, plan D. Then I'll pick up one plan out of these four. Puts your mind to work to find intelligent and creative answers. Now, intelligent and creative answers are possible only when you have plan A, plan B, plan C, and plan D. Right? Plan A. Because see, when you have only one plan, you cannot be creative at all. When you have multiple plans with you, then you keep on analyzing. And here, if people get a doubt, if plan A fails, we have B. If it fails, C. If it fails, we have D. And if it fails, then there is a problem in our planning and preparation, but not on our efforts. The problem was how we planned and how we prepared. But we can be creative when you have multiple plans. Schwartz also says you aim to improve your asking and listening skills. So always improve your questioning. The more you question, the more chances you learn. And the more you listen, the more knowledge you acquire. Effectively asking and listening will help you obtain information essential for reaching sound decisions. When you are very effective in your listening and asking questions, then you get the essential information that you want, and that will reach you to the success, or else that will make you good at your decisions, right? Big people always monopolize listening and small people always monopolize talking. That means big people listen more. Highly effective people, they listen more and they extract information from people. Right? Now, less effective people, they always talk more. They won't listen at all. They keep on talking. And when they keep on talking, there is a low chance that they acquire knowledge from someone else because they never listen at all. To complement your skill development, you should associate with people who can help you think of new ideas and new ways of doing things. Friends, one of the good suggestions Schwartz gives here is, if you want to think big, get associated with people who can think big. Get associated with the people who associate with high effective people. When you are with low effective people, when you are with small people, then you are in the company and you'll be an equivalent to them. You cannot raise your level. So you need, if you want to raise your level, you need to identify people who can think big and be part of the team. Mix with people of different occupational and social interests. And this is one more interesting point here. Whether it is personal interest or professional interest, whatever it is, always try to find out people who can think big. It's like a point like, let me give you a simple example. On your street, you have friends who can go for walking a kilometer every day. So you go for a kilometer and you come back, right? And in your locality, you come across a group of people who walk 3 to 4 kilometers in the morning and they come back again. Now, which people do you want to get associated with these small people, or do you want to get associated with highly effective people? Now, if you want to be healthy, then you need to decide you need to be with highly effective people instead of people who walk for 1 kilometer. So for your personal interest or for your professional interest, you need to choose highly effective people who can raise your standards too. Then you're what you think you are. This is one of the most interesting points, and I always love this line. You are what you think you are. Most of us make two basic errors with respect to our intelligence. One, we underestimate our brain power. Two, we overestimate other fellows' brain power. First thing is we underestimate ourselves. Second thing is we overestimate others' brain power. Upgrading your thinking upgrades your actions. Think big. Automatically, your actions grow high, and this produces success. The more you think small, the less achievements you have, and there is a low chance that you get succeed. Your appearance also talks to you. How you want to appear, how do you want to look? If you want to think and feel important, you should look important. See, there is a quote, face is the index of mind. At the same time, first impression is the best impression. So if you want to create first impression, not to others, to yourself, the moment you start coming out of your home, when you look at your big picture in the mirror, and if you don't get satisfied with your appearance, then what kind of impact that you are going to give to the people whom you are going to meet? Because you don't like your appearance at all, then what is the chance that people, the moment you don't like your appearance, the moment you feel that you are not well dressed, it keeps on haunting at the back of your mind, and you cannot impress people at all. So your appearance talks very much. So that's why you need to take care of your appearance also. Dressing a certain way will lift your spirits and build your confidence. Check it out. When you are going to an interview, or when you are going to meet someone, or when you think that this time is going to be important for me, dress well, bring out the best outfit from your wardrobe, dress well, and then look yourself in the mirror. You feel highly confident, then move ahead. The success is going to be yours on that day, right? So it matters. Then on top of that, your appearance talks to others too. As a result, ensure others view you as an important person who is intelligent, prosperous, and dependable. Because physical appearance matters first. Later, the moment you start speaking, people notice how intelligent you are, whether you can be dependable or not, or whether you are prosperous or not. All this can be noticed the moment people started talking to you. Remember that your work is essential. Next important point, your work is essential because it is what people notice it. Your work gives people a lot of pictures. If you think this way, you'll receive mental signals of how to do your job better. Always feel that your work is important. The moment you think that your work is important, you'll get a question, how should I do the work? Then you'll plan it, you'll prepare it. Finally, you will be completing your task in a smart way, right? If you are a leader, this impression will also impact your subordinates. The impression like, my work is essential. As a leader, if I feel that my work is essential, automatically my subordinates feel the same. As a leader or a manager, if I feel that we can do work after few days, the subordinates have the same impression. If you think your work is important, your subordinates will think their work is important too, right? So this is a very common, there is a very saying in our language, Telugu also, Yada Raja Tada Praja. So as the king, so the people. So what you need to do is, when you want to be a role model, start working. Automatically people will look at you and they start working, right? So next one is your environment. Always have a first-class environment. This is one of the chapters that Schwartz focusing on. He's focusing on your environment. and your environment should always be first class. The people you surround yourself with is your environment. The clothes you wear, that belongs to you. The neighborhood you live in, that's your environment. The food you eat, all have an impact on you. If you want to have a first class living, if you want to have a first class psychological thinking, then always surround with good people, always wear good clothes, always live in a good neighborhood, always eat good, right? Now, instead of focusing all these points, there is only one point people will keep on focusing, that is clothes. Good clothes doesn't mean buying monthly friends. Clothes which appears neat and tidy, they can be considered good clothes, right? If your clothes are neat and tidy, they are better. They are more than enough, right? So don't let suppressive forces like negative people defeat you. Never give any chance to negative people to defeat you at all. And do not let small thinking people hold you back. There are small thinking people, and never try to focus on small thinking people at all. Don't give them a chance to focus on you, and don't let into their company. And there will be jealous people who always want you to stop and who always want to see your failure, and never get into their company at all. Don't give them that satisfaction. Never give them a chance at all. Talk about people, but keep these conversations positive and without gossip. Keep on meeting people, talk to them, have good friendships with them, enjoy their company, but always talk positive and never go for gossips. Schwartz describes this approach as going first class. All the points that I have mentioned right now, these are first class things. Go first class in everything you do, as you can't afford to go any other way. So the first class that I am talking about here is the mind or the belief that you are going to set right for yourself. That's where you need to be first class, right? Moving ahead, the next chapter is make your attitudes your allies, right? Your allies are nothing but your associates. Your attitude is going to be your associate. Results come in proportion to the enthusiasm invested. The more enthusiasm you invest in, the more results you get in, right? There are 3 actions that Schwartz recommends you for you to improve your attitude. First one, dig in deeper. Friends, let us not have shortfall of enthusiasm. Let us be almost always enthusiastic. Try to learn something, try to explore something, and let us not lose our enthusiasm at any point of time at all. Because the moment you lose enthusiasm, you are uninterested, and uninterested lets you not to do any kind of job that will make you be ideal. And the moment you are ideal, you catch fears. So dig in deeper, try to resolve the issues, think better, how better I can do it. And that creates, the moment you dig in deeper, you get a question, how can I do it better? That evokes enthusiasm in you. Then the next attitude point that Schwartz focus is the you are important attitude. Grow the you are important attitude. What is this you are important attitude? People do more for you when you make them feel important. When you see that people believe that they are important for you, you get it back. This is what is principle in life. When you give respect, you get it back. When you give importance to people, you get it back. Remember to show appreciation at every opportunity. Whenever you get a point, even a minutest thing that is done to you by your subordinate, appreciate. Even subordinates need to be appreciated. Even your younger ones, even the elder ones, even the boss. We always appreciate our boss, because as an employee, we always try to appreciate our employer. That's not the big thing. But the big thing here is, I'm talking about the big thing. The big thing is appreciate those who are younger than your age. Those who are younger to you, even appreciate them. Make people feel important. The moment you appreciate them, they feel that they are important to you. Next one, grow the service first attitude and watch money take care of itself. 2 points are pointed out here. The service first attitude and take care of the money. Make it a rule in everything you do. Give people more than they expect to get. If people are expecting 10% from you, give them 40 or 50%, and somehow you get it back. Always try to give more than what people expect from you. That gives you satisfaction, that gives them satisfaction. And when time demands, they will be beside you. They will be right to you, and they are going to support you because you are trying to give people more than what they expect from you. The next chapter, Schwartz focus here is think right toward people. Your success depends on the support and acceptance of other people. Friends, we are not independent in our living. We are interdependent. Interdependent means we need to support. Unless we give support to people or unless we get support from people, we cannot succeed in our lives at all. So our acceptance, the support that we get people, it's always necessary. You are not going to achieve your goals alone. You cannot. You need to get support. So always develop this interdependency attitude. To gain this support, you have to be likable. When people look at you, they need to like you. The likable attitude, the likable tendency is necessary in you. Win others' support and put fuel into your success building program. The moment you win others' heart, they are always ready to support you at any point of time. Let's say you are a likable person and you gave more than expected to people. Let's say you have such kind of people 10 with you. If not X, Y is going to support you then. So build up your relations like this. Take the initiative in building friendships. You give let us see that you are the offering hand. Introduce yourself to others at every opportunity. Whenever you get an opportunity, build relationships. And today, most of us are building virtual relationships like in LinkedIn and XR, YRZ. At the same time, go for physical relation buildings too. Make sure you remember the other person's name, because for everyone, name is priority and everybody loves his or her name. So remember person's name and they will remember your name too. Right. Next important point here is don't be a reformer. Don't try to change the society because you are not here to, you are not a reformer at all. Put a little more live and let live. See, you are not here to change people's lives, but live and let live philosophy. What is this one? Always accept people's differences and limitations. People, everybody has strengths and weaknesses. Understand people's differences and limitations and don't expect anyone to be perfect. There is nobody perfect at all. So don't point out or don't focus on the limitations or weaknesses of others. Try to extract strength out of people. Know what is the best strength in your companions, in your associations. Take work from them, right? Do good. It's like, let me give an example to you students. If one of your friends is good at math and you are good at science and he is bad at science, now this is what it is. Your limitation is math and his limitation is science. So you are going to learn together. This is how, instead of focusing on limitation, focus on your strength and focus on somebody's strengths. Let both of you join hands together and you can successful in your life. Practice conversation generosity by encouraging others to talk. The good suggestion here Schwartz gives you is listen more. Listen more. Let the other person talk to you about his or her views, opinions, and accomplishments. Once the other person completes speaking, then you start it. Dealing with others is easy when everything is going great. When everything is happy, when you are meeting success and when people start listening to you, everything is good. But the real test comes when things go wrong. Never blame anybody then. When things go wrong in your life, never blame anybody. Instead, go for preparation and planning rigorously. That's what the Indian cricketers do it today. They never focus on the blames that they keep on receiving nationwide. No, they get back to Ranjis. We know it very well. They get back to Ranjis and they plan and prepare well again and they come back to the national team. So what they are trying to do, they are not blaming anybody. When they went wrong, they get back to the roots again and they start working from there again and they are getting back to success again. So get the act. Successful people are activationists. What is this activationist? They develop the habit of taking action. Always take action. Do not wait for conditions to be perfect, as they never will be. Let me tell you a quote here. My teacher told me a quote long time ago. Never wait until the waves get stopped. If you want to swim, go ahead. You went to the beach and you're waiting till the time the waves get stopped. Now, when are you going to put yourself into action? You are not going to have perfect conditions at all. Never. You need to proceed further. Remember, ideas alone won't bring success. I have great ideas, but does it mean that I get successful in my life? No, certainly not. Ideas have value only when you act. That's important. So put your ideas into action. As explained earlier in the beginning chapters, action can cure fear. When you jump into action, it reduces your fear and produce confidence in you because you took a step, and that was a bold step. And the moment you took a bold step, don't look back, proceed. You should take action now. Tomorrow, next week, later. I'll give one more quote here. Tomorrow, not today. Here the lazy people say. And to Schwartz, never is a failure in word form. So let's not talk about tomorrow. Why do you waste today? Why should we do it tomorrow? Why can't we do it today? Let's complete the action today. Let's begin our action today. Okay. If time is not sufficient, let's proceed for tomorrow. If we cannot finish it today, no issues at all, but we began it. Why do we postpone our beginning to tomorrow? So how to turn your defeat into fear? Schwartz offers 5 tips here. 1, when you lose, you must learn from this experience. Learn from your failure also. Use these lessons to go and win next time. 2, have the courage to be your own constructive critic. See, when you lose, you become a critic. Take a piece of paper, start writing it down. How I did it, what I did it, where I go wrong, how I go wrong. Is this the reason behind going wrong? Write it on paper. So you are critically analyzing your faults, your mistakes. Stop blaming luck. Never focus on luck. 90% of hard work. If you want to blame luck, then the first question is, did I put 90% of hard work? If you are highly satisfied that you put 90% of your hard work, then there is a chance that you can blame luck. But initially, focus on putting your best efforts, research your setback, and find out what went wrong. So go for introspection. Where did I go wrong? What are the mistakes done by me? Remember, blaming luck never got anyone where they wanted to go. If I keep on blaming that I don't have luck in my life at all, how can I move forward? I'll be where I am, and I never meet success at all in my life because I keep on blaming myself, and it cannot make me go further in my life at all. Blend persistence with experimentation. Now, persistence is consistency and experimentation. Keep on experimenting. If you do something today, try to do it in another way tomorrow. Because perseverance with your goal, but don't beat your head against a wall. Try new approaches and experiment. New approaches and experiment are possible when you are enthusiastic. When you are consistently trying to do something, that's fine. When you stop doing it, then there is a chance that you will be beating your head to the wall because you are not performing. You are always focusing on blaming your bad luck. Remember, there is a positive side to every situation. Like I mentioned, pessimists always find difficult opportunity in every difficulty. Find it to avoid the negative outcomes associated with discouragement. Keep them aside. There will be negative outcomes every time. There will be negative thinking as a possibility. But what we need to do is to move forward in our life, we need to leave them behind and we need to proceed. Schwartz recommends visualization, verbalization, and vitalization. Visualization is see, dream big. I want to achieve this one. Verbalization, plan how to achieve it. Vitalization, use those positive words to achieve it. And to this, he has 8 steps. First one, have a clear idea of where you want to go. Second one, write out your 10-year plan. Friends, 10-year plan is not a big picture at all. 10-year. It can see when you because you want to think big, you want to achieve big, and you want to become big in future. So you need to have a 10-year plan. And the moment you have a 10-year plan, go for a clear idea of it. Surrender yourself to your desires and receive more energy and enthusiasm. Always focus on this 10-year plan and the desires that you have in those 10 years. That will give you energy, that will give you enthusiasm, and you never feel that you never go for excuses at all. Let your major goal be your autopilot. What is this autopilot? When you let your goal absorb you, because like Swami Vivekananda mentioned, think of an idea, live on that idea, let your veins, blood, cells be full of that idea and leave every other idea alone. So absorb that idea, start living that idea. You'll find yourself making the right decisions to reach your goal without having to think at all. When your blood and veins are completely filled with these desires and ideas, you need not work in a day at all because you keep loving doing it. Achieve your goal one step at a time. Go for step-by-step procedure. Build 30-day goals, right? If you can, go for daily goals. If you cannot, go for set weekly goals. If you cannot, at least set monthly goals. Take detours in your stride. When you're going ahead, supposing you go on the straight road, after going ahead for a few days, you may feel boredom. Take a step, take a direction, another direction. But see, you're changing the path, but you're going in the same direction, right? So this will make you enthusiastic. And always invest in yourself. Investing yourself is throw party to yourself. Buy something to yourself whenever you meet success. To become a leader, Schwartz has 4 steps for you. The first one, it's easy to get others to do what you want them to do if you see things through their eyes. If you want to become a leader, or if you want your subordinates to do the job that is assigned to them, what you need to do is, you need to do the job from their eyes. What are the problems that they come across when they start doing the job? Then, the moment you notice the problems and you are ready to solve those problems, your subordinates will do the job and it's going to be a cakewalk for you. In everything you do, show that you put other people first. Just give other people the type of treatment you like to receive. Whatever the treatment that you want to receive, give the same treatment to people. Then you get what you want. Think progress. Always think big. Always think high. Believe in progress. Push in progress. And automatically, your subordinates will do the same. Like what the father does in the home, the children do it. Take time out to yourself and tap into your supreme thinking power. Manage solitude can help release your creative power. Sometimes sit idle to think, be alone to think creatively, to do your jobs better, to analyze how you are going and how much time you need to further reach your goals, and how to take your subordinates and make them achieve their goals. Right? The final words, these are the 14 chapters that Schwartz put in his book, right? The final words of these books. The way we think has the most significant impact on our chances of being successful. So the way, if you think small, the success is going to be small. If you think big, we'll start attracting luck and fantastic ideas. If we continue to think small, we are increasing our chances to fail. Thinking big means training yourself to see not just what it is, but what can be also. Visualization, dream high, can further improve your chances of success. Think, talk, act, right? But don't stop acting. And live. Think, talk, act, and live the way you want subordinates to act. If you want your subordinates to think, talk, act, and live, you do the same. When you see something that ought to be done, pick up the ball and run with it. So you should take the initiative first. Treat every human being as important and always give people more than they expect to get. Respect them, give more than what they expect. Finally, this is my closing point. when I was in my degree second year in 1995, I started developing the habit of collecting quotes. And this is my first quote in my life. And the quote goes like this: think big, your deeds will grow. Think small, you'll fall behind. Think that you can and you will. It's all in the state of mind. Ushering you into the world of success, friends. Thank you. And my special thanks to Bhaskar sir and the chairman of APSHI, Hemchandra Reddy garu, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Because this type of motivational books can help the students to think about themselves and to move ahead in their career. Because this is the young generation which require much of the motivation in terms of information, basically.
That's right, sir.
Because they are very good in their aspects, they are very intelligent, but still they need some motivation. So we thank you on behalf of the Institute of Higher Education for giving a motivational talk and a very good book today, giving a beautiful motivation for our students.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.